Fallout: The Frontier is having major issues, but you already knew that, right? I released a video about this on the 27th of January 2021, outlining the issues that the project was having. Feel free to give that video a watch. I will link it in the description section and in the comments down below. Fallout: The Frontier's future remains uncertain due to the development team discovering that one of their fellow devs had published animated paedophilic content on one of his artist accounts. The dev in question, Zoo the Skunk, was in charge of making icons for the Pip-Boy, as well as some outfits that had appeared in-game. Following the discovery of this, Dev Zalandro, who was in charge of cars, Jamila, who worked on creatures that appeared within the game, and Phobos left the dev team. Phobos citing that people were attempting to character assassinate him using photoshopped images. Whilst this was happening, project lead TG Spy joined a disastrous interview livestream with a man on YouTube. Whilst no one likes hindsight, I do think that as project lead, TG Spy should have thought about the situation and not said anything. I feel that all of these public announcements everywhere, on the Nexus, on the Frontier's homepage, on Discord, his disastrous interview on YouTube, all this has done is made the situation worse and made the fires worse. And now, this whole thing has been picked up by the gaming press. This is the sort of thing that could jeopardise a Steam release if the Frontier does continue being developed. I do feel that some of what TG Spy said during this livestream alluded to crunch happening within the team and within the mod.
Can we speak to Devil's Wish?
No. He's sort of removed himself from the development team a while ago due to stress.
How is the team's morale after receiving so much flack over minor things? Well, pedophilia is not a minor thing, but how is the team morale?
It's really terrible, honestly. We're all at the point where we don't want to do this anymore. We've had enough.
Why has C6 been removed or left the team?
He wasn't removed. A lot of the development staff are leaving the server due to the immense stress that we're all under at the moment.
Yeah, I'm seeing Phobos has just left the team.
Yeah. We've had quite a few people leave, which is
That's a shame.
Totally understandable, and I don't blame them for leaving.
What was adding vehicles like? They were a bit shitty.
So vehicles were 9 months of sleepless, tireless work on behalf of the vehicle programmer. He literally nearly killed himself twice from overworking himself to get it out for mergers and for, yeah, it was an incredible amount of work at the end of the day. And we're incredibly proud of the work that he did and incredibly proud of the vehicle system as a whole. It's pretty much as good as we can possibly get in this engine, unfortunately.
Why did you ship it then?
We wanted to ship it because we'd already suggested that we would ship in December, and we couldn't make that deadline for a number of different reasons. But we wanted to ship the game because a lot of us had sort of had enough. We wanted to get the mod out because we've been working on it so long that we don't really want to be working on it any longer, so to speak.
Sure.
It almost sounds like they rushed the mod out, and a lot of things that he said as well made it sound like there was a lot of content that perhaps wasn't QA'd properly, wasn't reviewed properly, and made it into the final release. From the way that he talks, it almost sounds like there were a lot of things that he didn't personally check that ended up in the release copy of the mod. Following the live stream that he appeared on, he did state in the Frontier's Discord server that the remainder of the team were working on alterations to content, including the removal of Zoo the Skunk's content from the mod. He also stated that the lines in relation to the Lady America and her being enslaved were going to be removed, as well as lines regarding her feet, as well as the dialogue of a lady called May, which was sexually suggestive, with May being believed to be an underaged character. However, shortly after he made this announcement regarding content tweaks, he announced his retirement from the project. At everyone, it's time I depart. This project has been an infinite bed of stress for me at an incredibly stressful point of my life, and I cannot in good faith or good health continue to work on the mod. The Steam build will hopefully be finalised sometime soon. Thank you to those who have supported the mod over the years, and supported me. It's sad to see so many years of my life devolved into this, but as I've said for years, if even a single person has enjoyed the mod, then I'm happy. To my team, thank you all, I love you all. TG Spy, ex-project lead for Fallout the Frontier. At one point, the Frontier was apparently being fan-funded through Patreon, as well as apparently through Nexus mod donations. I'm unsure on that. It's just something that I'd read on Twitter. But I know that Patreon was definitely a thing. There are still references to it within the Frontier Discord. If that is the case, then the Frontier would have a commitment to the people who funded it. No doubt this commitment would be a commitment to provide a finished functional project, which at the moment, whilst usable, the unhappiness of the fan base could perhaps say to the project that it still needs more work done on it. I'm curious if that would be a breach of contract when it comes to things like Patreon and fan funding. Just before the Frontier was released onto the mod Nexus, they announced that their Steam release was going to be delayed. TG Spy himself stated that Valve had found some issues in their build. He did not elaborate on what these issues were, whether they were functional or whether they were content related. Pieces of third-party copyrighted content had been surfacing in the mod following its release. I myself just yesterday found a Metal Gear Solid sound effect in the game.
Kept you waiting, huh?
But other people stated that they were finding Doom assets. But earlier this week, TG Spy also said that the Steam release was delayed because the dev team had currently stalled, and that the stall was entirely on the end of the dev team. The future of a potential Steam release for the mod remains uncertain.
What's up? What do you mean? That cannot be. She's nice to me because she loves me, right? What should I do? You won't abandon me, right? You still want me, don't you? If it's what I have to do to not be alone, give me the collar, Master. Yes, Master? See ya!
Don't touch down there. Want to see some liquid snake?